Hey guys, it's Christy, and today is time for another DIY for ears. These are like, I want to call them a champagne cozy, maybe? Like cozy colors. They're champagne, they're really pretty. I think they're really pretty. They look really elegant to me. And I'm really excited to get into these ears. That made me nervous doing them because the fabric I used was fabric I hadn't used before. So I was super, super nervous. So let me just kind of give you a rundown of my channel real quick, and then we'll dive on into the DIY. My name is Christy. This is Christy's Corner. I do Disney, DIYs, Harry Potter, travel, running, keto, etc. Majority of it is Disney. Obviously, I have Disney ears on. I have some partner channels. They're going to be listed down below. I have an Instagram, a PayPal, a PO box listed down below. Go check them out. All right, without further ado, I hope you enjoy this DIY. I hope you really enjoyed the DIY. I really enjoyed making these ears. It actually went by way quicker than I expected. Sorry where there's some out of frame portions. I was paying more attention to the ears than to the camera, which I should anyway. But I really do hope you enjoyed this DIY. I'm now gonna give you a close-up of the ears and let me know what you think about them. So to start, I cut out some of the half circles, which I think I'll show you at some point. I can't remember, but I've got these two fabrics right here, the really fuzzy for the ears and then the double-sided one. I'm cutting out two circles for the double-sided one where it's fuzzy on one side and like a gold color on the other, and that's going to be one ear. And then I'm going to cut out the other fabric, this pink fabric. I'm going to trace the piece around and cut it out. So if you see, I'm not tracing all the way around the ear, like the very bottom where it curves in, because I want to leave some space there to put around the cardboard ear. One thing that you don't see in this that is there, I have two different sizes of ears. I have one for the cardboard and then one for the fabric, which is bigger. And you see the cardboard right there where I put the fabric around it and just hot glue it and wrap it around it. And I do it a section at a time because hot glue does dry fast. And I want to make sure that it gets glued on nice and good. And you see that flap that I left down at the bottom, we're going to end up gluing that to the back of the ear once we get it stuffed. So there are two ears complete right there. And then I'm doing the same thing on this side with the fuzzy ones. This made me nervous because I had not used such fuzzy fabric before to make my ears. But they turned out good anyway. I was kind of scared that they wouldn't. So this is the second ear for that, the gold fuzzy side. I could have just done the fuzzy side out, but I liked the gold better. So once the ears are done right there, I then stuff the ears, and I used a pen instead of my polyfill stuffer. And you want to make sure you don't stuff it too tight. It looks like I actually used my hands instead of the pencil. You don't want to stuff it too tight because it'll bend the ear. So you want to make sure you just stuff it a little bit at a time. And then once, I'm right here, I'm texting somebody. I probably should have just cut that piece out. But once they are stuffed, you then glue on the back, hot glue it right there, fold it over, and hold it there for a minute. And then I do it with the other ones. So there's two done, and then I'm stuffing them again, and I'll do that again. So once those are done, you can cut the excess off that's folded under if you want. You don't have to. See how it has excess right there? So you can just leave it folded under, or you can cut the excess off. And then once those are done, I put hot glue around the edge on the back, and then in the center in the back, and I'll line the two ears up. You see me right here, I'm hot gluing it, line them up, hold it together, and I actually stick it under my leg so that it pushes down nice and gets stuck nice and good, and there's no like gaping holes around the ears. So while that's doing that, I'm cutting the fabric for the for the bow part. And this one, it was actually a lot simpler than I thought, because with it being so fuzzy, it's actually extremely forgiving. So you can't see the non-straight lines. So I literally just folded down the center pieces and glued it down. And then I did a accordion fold in the center, and then did some hot glue pieces right in the center on both sides. And I held that for a minute. And then once it was done, you can see how it looks kind of like a hourglass. I then take my ribbon, I actually did line it up with the headband to make sure it looked good on the headband. It looks like I'm not taking the ribbon first. It looks like I'm going to be doing this ears. Yes. So with the string that I'm using for the ear, it's like a twisted, almost burlap. You do it very slowly. You just kind of go all the way around the ear. You want to tuck it under just a little bit under the ear and hot glue it down there, just so that it doesn't stick out any. And once I get done with that, I do the other ear. So once both ears are done with the trim around the edge, I hot glue them to the headband. I line it up, make sure it looks like it's in a good position, and I hold it there for a minute because I don't want them to fall off. And then I hot glue the other side. So once they are all hot glued down, I then take the little ribbon. It's not a ribbon, it's like a twine of some sort. And I do the same thing around the ear to the base of the ear so that it's kind of seamless. If you can see right here, I'm just kind of measuring it out. And then I cut it, and then I hot glue it down to the base, just there on both sides of the ears. I usually start it on the inside of the ear where the bow's going to go, so that when I glue it together, you can't really see it as much. Okay, sorry, I'm out of frame here. I had some brown ribbon that I took, and I wrapped it around the center of my bow multiple times and then glued it down. That way it kind of gives it a complete bow look. And again, I do apologize, it is out of frame here. I'm literally just wrapping ribbon around the center. Once it's wrapped, I then see where I want to glue it. I put a little glue in the bottom of the bow, and then I literally just glue it to the headband, as you can see that I'm doing right there. And then once that's done, my ears are done. So if you hold on just a second, it's taking me a minute for some reason. And here are my finished ears right there.
Cute.
So I picked this fabric and the inside is actually fuzzy if you noticed when I was creating it, and then I picked these fuzzy ears, and this is just a little brown ribbon in between, and then this one, I just feel like these are very cozy, classy ears. I really love them so much, and I just used some brown rope around the edges here, and of course the brown ribbon in the center. So let me know what you think of these ears. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I really do hope you enjoyed this DIY. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope you have a good one. Bye now.